Alright, y'all, welcome back. Can you even see me? So today I'm headed out to Speedway Motors and I'm gonna pick up a wheel fitment tool. So I've been looking at ordering a set of wheels for the truck. Obviously I'd like to get that done soon, and I'm kind of having a tough time deciding on width and offset and stuff like that. You know, I don't want them to stick out super far, and it's hard to find anybody around here with a setup to look at that's appropriate anyways. So I have found that our local hot rod part store has a fitment tool. I'm gonna go pick that up and we'll head on over to Alldogs Offroad and we're kind of mess around with that thing and see how that fits. And then I've also got a couple of packages back here that came in the mail that we will see if we get those installed today. One of them is the little tailgate damper. I'd like to get that done. And then we also have a latch for the rear seat. This side, the rear seat doesn't fold down with a little pull tab. You can reach your hand back there and get it done, but they make a little pull tab that you can mount on there so that you can pull that down. So anyways, we'll see if we can go get this tool and see what happens. Stay tuned, y'all.
Destination will be on the right.
Here we are. Need some speed parts. Speedway Motors in Lincoln with the retail store.
Now,
All right, got what we needed here. Like I said, it's a cool spot. It's cool that you can come right here. They got a lot of stuff and whatnot. And 10 minutes in and out. So then, all right, I've made it to Alldogs. We're kind of trying to get this thing assembled. I'll kind of show it to you guys once we're done. But I picked up one that had multiple plates, so you could do different lug patterns, because these guys aren't running the same lug patterns that, if anybody needs to use this, we now have a tool that everybody can use for pretty much any make and model of vehicle. But it allows you to put this thing together, and then you can, if you have a tire, you can actually mount a tire to this thing, bolt it to your vehicle, and then you can do your wheel math to make sure everything lines up appropriately. And that's what we're trying to do, because the wheels that I'm looking at are only available in a couple of different offsets. But if I go to a slightly different size, I can change offsets, and I just want this to look appropriate. Wheels and tires aren't exactly cheap first time around, so having something that fits right and doesn't look too goofy is kind of the plan here. Confused Unga Bunga?
yeah.
We banged a couple of rocks together. We think we got it figured out. So we don't have an appropriate tire. You can mount a tire to this thing. We don't have an appropriate size tire here that's unmounted. We might be able to stick an 18-inch on there, and that's not going to affect our width and stuff. I'm more focused on where the face of the wheel is going to sit, in correlation to the outside of the fender, but we're getting her fingered.
Hopefully. Of a dealership did that on like a Ford or something.
Yeah,
Was it red too? Yeah, that's where I got it from. Huh. I don't know, it looks alright. Other than the fact it's not carbon.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be scratched.
Most of this stuff these days is all fake, unless you're paying a lot of money for it.
True.
Alright.
So that though, I wouldn't be afraid to scratch it.
So, pulling the front tire off. We've got this doohickey. I think we've got it set up appropriately. And if you guys can see, if you look at the back, it's basically flush. So we don't need to come out too far, because I don't want to be all stanced out like 3 inches, that's going to look ridiculous on something with just a level.
Peek at what it's even going to take it to what? Take a peek at the...
Hell, it might not fit with that. Oh, I guess you can just offset it from the control arm.
Oh, there we go.
Pretty tight, huh?
It's a tight fit.
Oh, is the hub bore too small?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
What? Well, that's bogus.
I mean, you can factor that into the...
We can, yeah. I mean, as long as it's flush and we know what the measurement is between there. Yeah. But yeah, that's terrible.
It's like a...
So it doesn't fit over our hub, over the center of the hub.
Take a Dremel to it.
I mean, we could, yeah.
As long as
it's
it just goes
just
over, right?
a hair, yeah.
You want to Dremel it?
We'll see. Let's just see if we can get this kind of mocked up, because we're going to be able to measure that. Mm-hmm. That, you know, it's like less than a 1/4 inch.
Okay. It might be a little more than that. So that would be yeah. So that looks about right for
a 0.
That'd probably be like a negative, what, 5 offset?
With that plus of the hub, maybe.
That looks about right on what your picture showed.
Yeah, it does.
And like you said, you got to jack it up to get the wheel.
Push that up, yeah. But, well, yeah, but we're gonna be leveled, so this is probably pretty close. I don't know. We got some fooling around to do with this, guys, and I'll get back to it once we kind of get her set appropriately. Well, it's probably going to be hard for you guys to see on camera, especially because we don't have a tire mounted on there. But I think we've got it. You can kind of see our light here. I think we've got her figured out. Looks pretty. It's going to look good anyways. But with this thing, my hub bore was bigger, so we had to change our measurements for this difference and all that stuff, but I think we've got it figured out. I'm pretty confident that we've got the correct wheel fitment, and I'm gonna go home and order some wheels this evening and pay the man, I guess. But thank these guys for helping me out. We had to use our brains today.
Yeah.
But as always, I'll leave a link down to the Alldogs Offroad information. We'll be back here for sure for some future stuff once we get the wheels and everything put on. And so you guys can go check them out.
Steel wheel.
Like I was so close to just sticking with the Steelies for the first set of tires, but
Sticking with what?
Steelies.
Oh.
But I can't.
How wide are they?
7.5. All right, y'all. It's the next day, but we've got a couple more things that we're gonna knock out on the list before we end this video out. So we need to install this. We put one of these on the old truck too, so it's a little hydraulic dampener for the side of your tailgate so it doesn't just slam down. So we'll knock that out quick. We know how to do that one. And then we've got this thing from Built Right Industries, and this is going to be for this seat over here. Before I get into this, we'll do this one first, but before I get into explaining this, I need to pull all this junk out of the back of the truck here quick. Alright, I just pulled the totes out. This stuff being here is fine. So the purpose of this little doohickey here, alright, box is open now. I had to put something in there with my address on it. So it's a pretty simple product here. What we've got is a little strap handle, and there's a bracket in here. And what it's going to do on that side is it's going to allow me to, like over here, pull the strap wherever it went. It may have fallen behind this seat already. Oh no, I'm dumb. It's kind of on the side. So there's a pull tab on the side here that allows you to put this seat down. And behind here on the driver's side, there is your jack and stuff like that. And then you can pop the seat back up and raise it up. On the driver's side, you can't put that down. So what this is going to do, it's going to allow me to grab in there. There'll be a little pull strap up there, so we'll be able to put that seat down and utilize the space behind the seat. So I need to grab a couple of tools out of the toolbox, and we'll get this knocked out. I bet it takes 10 minutes. All right. And that wind is really whipping today. All right, so on the back of this seat, in the same spot, you do have a latch. And there's a little nubbin on the side of the latch, and I'm gonna use this wrench here to kind of grab onto that nubbin, if I can. Maybe I can use my hand. Might be easier if I just get inside and try to look in there. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to leave the headrests in, but don't really need them 90% of the time. I was grabbing on the wrong one. There we go. I think I need to pull this time. There we go. A little easier when you grab the right one. You don't really want to mess with this thing too much. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of room back here. Like, I'll be able to put something pretty big. Dang it. So as you can see with the seat down, there's quite a bit of storage space like right in this area, and that is because on a lot of your higher end trims, if you have the Bang & Olufsen 8-speaker sound system, there's going to be probably a small subwoofer and an amplifier mounted back in here. Eventually that might be what I do with this, but for now I just wanted to get it on here so that we could utilize this space if we needed to. I gotta get under here and get my tools. Alright, hopefully you can see that alright. I know the lighting behind me isn't gonna help me on this one, but that's okay. So this strap that we have here, this is gonna attach right to this piece. It'd come up over the back end so that you have a strap to pull on. And then this piece here is basically just a keeper and a holder for your strap. So when this goes in here, it's gonna kind of sit like that. The strap will come out, and then this will be mounted kind of over this to cover that and make sure it doesn't fall off. Pretty simple thing to do here. We'll take our T30, and there's two T30 bits right here. Pull those out. Don't lose them. Pop this bracket off of there. Pops right out. This is gonna slide right over the top of it like that. You see what I'm doing there? First we need to attach this guy. It's just gonna slide on there and go pop. There we go, we're on that. Oop, I popped it off. There we go. We'll feed this end through the little slot on there. All right, so there we go. We've got the little thing assembled, and we just need to bolt it back down. There is a little locating tab on the back of the factory bracket that it has to kind of sit into and latch into. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cycle this a couple of times just to make sure it works. If you can, hopefully you guys are seeing what's going on here. This just pops back up. I did watch the video of the installation on this, so I know what I'm doing, right? There we go. So everything functions as normal, but I can lift this up and put the seat down. And I could store something pretty large back here. Let me see if I have like a toolbox or something that I can shove back here and kind of give you guys an idea of the size availability back here. All right, so I've got a DeWalt box here. This is an angle grinder, just so you guys know kind of gives you a size of what's going on here. It's nice and dusty. I think it'll fit back here. Maybe, maybe not. All right. And it's back there. It doesn't like that. So as the seat moves up, you can see the seat bottom kind of pushes back. If you weren't using your truck like I was, and you had consistently, man, that light behind me is terrible, and you consistently had your seats down, you could store a box that large back there, and bam, and you could grab it out. And there's not really anything back there that I'm going to do damage to. But if I had larger soft goods, it would be easy to put them back there. But like I said, more than likely, I do kind of want to add a sub into this location. And with that sun behind me, you guys can really not see anything down there. But yeah, there you go. Like I said, quite a bit of room, especially right here. And if you were to pull this plastic or like this sound deadening off, you can see that there's still quite a bit of room. Behind this is completely open because, like I said, there would on some models be like some factory subwoofer and amplifier right here. So you do have a little bit of room. I have seen guys that added subs, like they'll cut a piece of this panel out so they can mount their amp in there, and it allows the seat to function appropriately. But there we go, we've got her licked. And everything functions. All right, got that done. Let's move on to the tailgate. All right, so we just opened that. You guys can see there's no damper on that tailgate there. So this is what we're going to be installing. I'll leave links to these if I can, somehow in the bottom, whether it's an Amazon or a YouTube link. But I did put one of these on the Silverado. It's pretty easy to install, although I don't remember what I'm going to need here. We've got our little damper rod that'll go over there. Tools, and that's, I wonder if that was supposed to be a sticker. I don't know what that is. It's weird. Maybe that's to keep something from rubbing. This one looks even easier than the one on the Silverado was, to be honest with you. It comes with a big one. Just read the instructions. Grabbed more tools than I probably need, but we're gonna get started on the side here if we can. I guess I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use this here. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Yep. One bolt there. It says loosen this one, don't remove it. Go. Go ahead and add this plate in here, I guess. Alright, that's tightened down. Then we need to install this one up on the top. And I grabbed, they do provide you with a wrench for this, a Torx wrench, but I have bits here, so we might as well do it ourselves with these. It's way bigger than that. It's T50. It'll go in right there. You don't have to pull that off, but I am going to. And underneath that, we're going to install our other plate. I believe that goes down. Yep. Well, it doesn't say I need to remove this. Well, I guess you can't take the washer off anyways. And it does tell you what this is for. I thought this was like some random blank sticker, but you can put this on this side of the tailgate here in order to prevent any possible scratches from this. We'll just wipe her off there and do it the way they say. Guess you cannot put that on smooth. I don't have a feeling it's going to last very long anyways. And then we've got our shock right here. I'm losing everything. So it's got a little ball end and it just pops right over that. There you go. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the top one. We have to pull it out a little bit. That one pops on. See how this tailgate folds? Oop, I need to put this back on. Hold on a second. Move my junk. There we go. That's back on there. Oh, that's bogus. I don't know if that says on here, but this little, there's a block on the side. This thing, which is meant to be a tie down strap. There's one on each side so you can run a tie down across. It's also a little bottle opener on the bottom, but as you raise this up, it hits right on that shock in there. If you guys can see that at all. So I'm gonna have to take that off, which is fine. Like I said, there's another one over here. I don't know if I'll really ever need that to strap something down on an open tailgate, so let's go ahead and pop this off. And I don't know if it even says anything in here, because I believe this might be new for 2023. If not, it's probably new for 2021 when they kind of changed the body style, and this fits from 15 and up. So it's not something that I really thought about, but it's honestly not something I'm worried about. I would 100% rather have the damper instead of a bottle opener on both sides, basically, for me anyways. That's gonna be T25, right? T30. I'm not going to worry about reinstalling those screws. Now, let's see if she works. There you go. So much nicer. All right, get my junk cleaned up quick. All right, and that's it. Tools are put away. We only ended up with a couple extra pieces of bolts left over, but all in all, successful install on that stuff. It was nice to get the wheel fitment figured out. I did get a set of wheels and tires ordered. Obviously, it's going to be a few weeks before that stuff shows up and we have time to install everything, but that stuff is coming, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, we knocked out a couple of small mods on the truck, but in the end, all these little things will end up adding up to a nice build. So I'm excited to keep going on this thing, and yeah, still stoked to have the new truck. It's really nice, but we've got Christmas coming up, so we need to head on out and try to get ourselves a Christmas video, and we'll see if we can make that happen for the next one. So anyways, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.